Hi, this is a video blog regarding education. I was speaking to Darren on Friday, and for some reason, trying to get people to listen and have a discussion about things is quite tricky because people are so busy. And Darren, bless him, actually does take a bit of time to try to listen a little. And we just had some kids, the Cope group and his bottom set, the delinquents from year 10, in the computer room. And for the first time, I've seen a few of the kids in my group actually really enthused. So when the actual bell went on a Friday, last period, the kids stayed in the room to continue. Well, okay, admittedly, it was playing a computer game. Okay. However, it was a computer game that I chose. And I've done pretty well. I've got up to level 35, 37. And so I said to them as a challenge, what level could they get up to? And somebody got up to level 16. However, the strategy they had, I don't think can evolve. It means that because they're making quite classic errors, 16 is about the best that they can get. Maybe they can get to 18, 19 if they make it a little bit more efficient. But because they're using a strategy, using a certain tool in the game, it means that they just can't go beyond that. And so therefore, I'm in a very interesting position as a teacher if they're wanting to play the game, okay, because they're meant to be better, remember, at playing games, these kind of computer games. So they can't reject it because, it's a load of rubbish now. But they may go, but wait a minute, there's somebody who can actually do this, and I would like to be able to. So what I might do is I might get one of the kids and say, well, do you want to know how to be able to do this? And okay, and I'll tell them. I'll give them a hint. I'll give them some strategy. I'll tell them about, use this mechanism, use that. Try those first, and then see what happens. Okay? But the thing is, it's quite a hard, steep learning curve, and if you don't get it in the first 2 or 3 rounds, then, you just start again, and you try it again and again and again until you get over that about 3 rounds, 4th round. And if you get beyond that, using this very lean, efficient mechanism right at the beginning, then you can actually win the game. Okay, I'm blabbing. God, right. So could I take a couple of kids, tell them this, and then the rule would be that they're not allowed to tell the other kids the strategy. That's the deal. I'll tell them, but they're not allowed to tell anybody else. 2 things. One is that they won't, and then they do well, and they get beyond level, and they say, but you're told, well, no, we're told a strategy, but they actually know how to do it. That creates a differential within the social group, and they might want to find out. And it gives those kids a bit of kudos, and other ones, it's just an interesting game. And then if I do it again with another game, eventually I can kind of get all the kids to be playing certain games and doing well at them. And so I've taught them. The second thing is that they might forgo the rule, they break the rule, and actually tell other people. Or, demonstrate it. They didn't tell them, but, if another kid's watching them while they're playing, well, is that clue enough? And so then the other kids might just pick it up. Do you see? So you expressly said you're not allowed to tell them, and yet, kids are. They might just kind of, it kind of just works, and they just learn it from each other, right? That's quite funny. There's something funny about that by expressly telling them not to, right? Now this is all related, and so I talked to Darren just at the end of the day, just after us, and he just wants engagement. He keeps talking about engaging the kids. I'm like, okay. So it seems to me there are either 2 ways of engaging kids, 2 forms of relationship, or 2 different directions. Either the kids are engaging us better, or, okay, maybe 3, the material. What does that mean? So, for example, mathematics, the abstraction of mathematics. They're engaging the abstraction of mathematics. Possibly. Or, and I think maybe what he's suggesting is that it's kind of engaging him. They're engaging him a bit more, which means that they're willing to follow his instructions. They're willing to follow, play these games and so on and so forth. Games, okay, and they do, and they learn stuff, and they feel good because of it. There we go. There's engagement. And I thought between these 2, let's just stick to those 2. Is it engagement between the student and the teacher that's improved, or is it the engagement between each other which is improved? And ask Darren, for example, what percentage, if you're watching this, or any teacher, which is more important, the engagement with the teacher or the engagement with each other regarding the material? Okay, if you're talking about in abstract ways, then obviously it's the teacher because you have to, rules. But in terms of learning, in terms of the majority, in terms of percentages of your lesson that is spent, how much do you want them engaging the teacher and how much do you want them actually engaging each other actively about the material? That's a clearer question. So what kind of percentage? Time-wise, just basically time-wise. Right, please come up with an answer. If you haven't, pause, come up with an answer. We need a percentage, all right? And if you haven't understood it, go back, rewind this, play it again. Or if I'll tell you, no, I won't tell you again. Okay, so, right, welcome back. Now, hopefully, Darren or anybody else, any educationalist or, anybody just playing this kind of thought experiment, my guess is that you want a high percentage with between kids. That is, the kids are engaging themselves and they're discussing things. The maths, they're talking to each other about working out a problem, or they're showing each other how to be able to do something, or they're leading. One person's leading and just speeding through the stuff, and the other people are going, whoa, Jesus, I'm just trying to keep up. And so they're doing their material, but checking every so often and going, oh, I'm this far behind and this far behind. So it's like a race, and there's people ahead and the people behind, but you're okay behind. You don't give up. You don't in a race just sort of give up and sit down. You just keep on going, even though you know you're not going to be first. The point is you keep going because you'll become whatever position you come in. Or a time or something. Do you get it? Do you get that? So I think that's the most important one. It's the them. It's the how the students are engaging each other. So it is all about engagement. If it is about them, then therefore it's a social. If it's a social, therefore, if we're going to play, for example, games, and the most successful games in mathematics are the ones that are actually where the kids are kind of cutting things out and talking to each other about some kind of thing. Do you see? There's a game that they're playing. Well, why don't we actually go the whole hog and say, well, mathematics is just game playing. Okay, so let's just play a game. Let's just play games. Let's play computer games. Let's play specifically designed games that improve the social engagement, that improve the communication between people to work together. Okay, to communicate, to be able to work together as a team, to communicate well so that different people have different tasks and roles, they work together as a team. And also to be able to learn things and communicate concepts or ideas. It's all process. In which case, can we start thinking about mathematics as being the department for games players? That's what it is. It's a games player. So you go there, and year 7 is just about playing games. There are games that you play on the computer. There are certain kind of games, chess, that are kind of da-da-da-da. But then there are team games and so on and so forth. And they're just playing these games, and we might start abstracting it. We might start having games of, have you noticed the pattern here? And you just fit it in there. Right, today you're not playing on a computer game, you're not playing there. Have a look at this, all right? Here's some dots, all right? Da-da-da-da. What's the pattern? What's the next one? Here's 1 dot. Bing. Here's a next pattern. Ding. 3 dots. And then here's another pattern. And it's 3, and then, 3 underneath. Oh, that's a relationship right there. All right, what's the next pattern? That's all. What's the next pattern? And they kind of spot it and they start going, investigating it. And that's what you're trying to indicate. So, well, okay, what else do you notice? What do you notice about that pattern? How does it move? Can you work out what the 10th one is? Can you work out what the 100th is? Can you work out what the nth one is? If somebody just another planet says, what's the 40th? Can you just work out like that? What thing can you produce that you can produce as quickly as that, rather than going, 1, 3, 6, 10, and so on, and adding them up? Is there another way of doing it? That kind of thing. And it's a challenge, and it's a game, but it's an abstract game in numbers, relationships. So do you see, if we get them with games, and then we introduce a couple of these qualities of games, the ones that get it in year 7 will be quite happy doing algebra, self-sorting. And then you show them other games, and then you show them the magic of algebra, and they'll just be amazed. I mean, amazed. And you might even get them up to being able to do simultaneous equations. Some kids doing simultaneous equations because they're just going, oh, this is amazing. It's a lot of fun. It's just like wacky. It's weird. It works. Do you get what I'm saying? They're playing this game. And then year 8, it'll be different kids. They only then will they get it. So they're still playing games, but they're noticing that some of their friends are getting certain things and getting to play certain games that only adults get to play, and so on. And that's the game that we're playing. So that by the time they get to year 9, hopefully everybody will have got to the algebra level. And maybe I would have thought nearly everybody will have got to that ability abstractly, frontal lobes development to be able to do it. Do we get what I'm talking about? Do we get over engagement? If we're really seriously about talking about engagement, then future world, kids, games.